You're saying that nasal helmet's a good price. Alright. As there's some work here as well. Alright, so nasal helmet's 105, which is not as good as these guys. What was this one? That was a 70. So you can have the nasal. Buskin can get the chain. Everyone else in the front row has some decent armor. Everyone has at least level 40 armor now. That's good. Clayton. No, not Clayton. I was trying to click on you. Get that. Alright. Padded armor. I'm going to give... Well, Amanda's already got some. You've got a 65. The end two have already got some. You get padded armor. Those two already... Actually... You know what? I'm going to give padded to the outside too. So you get thick cloth. You get thick cloth. You get padded. You get padded. And then you get thick. You get thick. And you're using a 20. Do we have any 25s? We do. And that is a pretty good upgrade. Plus we do still have that one spear to give out. Which we'll give to Namanda. And now we have 2 spears. Sword, flail, hammer, sword, spear, spear. Might actually switch these two around so we have some spears a little bit further in so we can get this stabby stabby. And this also means that these 2 spears are covering these 2. I like it. That's a pretty good upgrade. In fact, that's a very good upgrade. Now we just need you to recover. 1 to 4 days. Yeah, we wanted to do SFO today, but it was delayed until... Well, there's a new Warhammer 2 update which launches tomorrow. So Venris, who's the developer of SFO, said, we were going to release SFO today, but now that there's an update coming, we'll delay the release of SFO so that we can then also incorporate the updates. That's probably going to be sometime in the next few days. We were then going to plan to do Total War Warhammer next Wednesday when we realised actually the day after something else which we'd quite like to play releases. So we're going to take 2 weeks off, and then basically this week and next week off, and then the week after we have another co-op series planned, which is going to be really good, and we're both super excited for it. So that's the state of affairs right now for that particular game. A bird is perched on Alfred the Guildmaster's window. The man, seated, points at it. I wonder if that's how they got in. The brigands, I mean. I think they must have snuck in through a window, and then right back out. That's how they got away with the demonic statue. Alright, let's talk pay. 350? I want more. Alright, 350 it is. And now we need to go and follow the footprints. Seven thieves, thugs and raiders. That's fine. It's once there's raiders and poachers I start to get a little bit concerned. And also, with the update Nerd Nick, I suspect it's because if he released SFO today as planned, he would then tomorrow get loads of messages saying, oh, your game doesn't work. And he could spend time updating the mod rather than responding to all of those comments. So it's basically he doesn't have to spend time supporting it. Not to mention tanking it in ratings. because it will. Brigands, just as Europoloi had thought. They look scared, presumably understanding Alfred the Guildmaster's well-paid wrath is about to descend upon them. Oh, we are now the well-paid wrath. I like it. That's actually a fantastic mercenary name. Well-paid wrath. I like it. Raider, raider, thug, thug, raider, raider, thug. 4 and 3. Once everyone's moved in, I'll need to make a decision. Do we step in and hit them? Or do we let the spear wall do some work? I think we probably let the spear wall do some work. %46 chance of hitting. 8. 33. Go for you. Oh, one-shotted! Bam! Kathos the Cross-Eyed probably should lose that name. Additional 5 defense against all attacks against each ally adjacent who is also using Shield Wall. See, I don't think I want to use Shield Wall for this because it is an absolute fatigue hog. So I think for those of you who are not stabbing, I'm just going to end your turns. Because they're still going to have to step in, which means they're losing one of their attacks. Not to mention any attacks they lose because of my spear walls. Okay, they've got a bunch of people throwing axes. Oh, you stepped into the one place where it's not covered. Well, unfortunately for you. BAM! Oh. That didn't quite have the effect I'd hoped for. There we go. Stabby stab! Headshot. You're not wearing a helmet. Ow! Better. So he's very likely to die. Probably. Yes. Wait. Much better. Yes. 44%, go for it. That's better. You basically just want to carve this guy up. Who's wounded? Him. Just go all out on the offensive there. I'm gonna wait for you because I want you to smack him on the head, because then we'll get to steal that armor, hopefully. Oh, you're out of fatigue. Oh, I see. Oh, come on, come on. No! Ah! No, you can't attack anyway. I kind of have to hit this guy. Well, I could shield wall, I guess. Just tank him out. Okay, so both of you are doing your fancy defensive footing. Noted. Keep running. Right, you lot are going to do some fancy work. Shove him back, because that breaks his, shove. Oh, but missing with the shove counts as a riposte. Interesting. Huh, okay, good to know. Right, spears. You... 0.7 ignore armor. You can't hit him in the head. That's just wiped out his armor. Damn it. We were so careful. We were so careful. And now I have to repair a bunch of armor. I'm assuming the one with the Greek laurel wreath on his head is the leader. Does this game have a bard? Yes, it does. Well, you one of the backgrounds you can recruit are bards. I don't think there is an official leader in this. Unless you're playing as the lone wolf start. I mean, obviously it's Mordred. But not officially. Ouch. Fuck. Serves me right for being so bloody careful. Arachnos died because of it. I'm not in a position where I can do that yet. So do what must be done. Valiant died. Not Arachnos, it was Valiant. Who was the... Were you the monk? Were you the amazing monk? Annoying. We did get one set of patch mail shirts. I need to stop playing for gear, because it's costing me. Like, that was not worth it. Especially because I get some of the broken stuff afterwards. No, it was Namander who was the monk. Valiant was the brave refugee, maybe? Anyway, we've got another helmet, which can go to Arachnos. And we got a mail shirt, which is an armor of 90, which is pretty good. 95, 95, 35. No. Grumbuskin should have it. Then the animal hide armor can go to no, not Antonio. Armor goes to you. Then 65 goes to you. 75 goes to you, because you've been with the group longer. And then that goes to you. Now you should all have at least level 40 helmets, with the exception of the backline, who are starting to get them. Ah! And Drewski's back in the fight. Drewski's a frontliner. So actually, Drewski needs to have this. Plus a shield. And we did get another boar spear. So I like the idea of the boar spears being my flankers. And then the regular spears can be in the center. Spear, spear, flail, spear, spear, hammer, sword, spear. It should really be... Where's the boar spears? Boar spear. Boar spear. Sword. Something. Spear. Spear. And one of these should be a spear. But Mordred in the center. You over there. You come in one. And that's golden. Except for the fact that Amanda is currently wounded. How long are you out for? 2 to 5 days. Bring these in. You should be a spearman. There we go. Cool. And Sergei has leveled up. Sergei is going to get better at stabbing, better at health, better at fatigue. And you're going to become studious. And Wilhelm's leveled up. Sweet. You're going to get resolve, health, and defensiveness. And another perk. You are getting rally the troops because your resolve is going to be through the freaking roof at this rate. Yeah, your resolve is so much better than anyone else's. Rally skill which rallies fleeing allies and raises the morale of all nearby allies to a steady level. The higher the resolve of the character using the skill, the higher the chance to succeed. Boom. Because eventually Wilhelm will have the banner. I don't think any of my spearmen have 60 plus. Oh no, one of them does. You're right. That's a fair assessment. Could give you a flail. 30 ignores armor, 50 ignores armor. Or we could give you pickaxes. Pickaxes are actually really good at armor piercing. There we go. So we get back to Cronenberg. Cronenberg. I wish that place was called Cronenberg. We'll hand in our mission. Sell some of the junk that we got. Maybe hire another person, buy some food. Buy some more repair tools. We're running out of those. We don't have a pike. We have a pike. Yeah, it is a lot better. And that also means that Helson could use either the pike or the hook. And I do think that would be a better use of Helson's skills. So Helson doesn't necessarily need to be this well armoured. Pike does 60 to 80. Bill Hook does... Oh, and we have a pitchfork. We have several long range. 30 to 50, 60 to 80, 40 to 70. So Helson is going to be a backliner and gets the pike. Bill Hook 40 to 70, 30 to 60. You get the hook blade. Excuse me. And then my frontliners can switch up their armor a bit more too. Sergei's going to get the better armor, better helmet. You are already armored, which means that you get the padded. And then the upgraded flail goes to Antonio. And then I need to decide between the flail for you or the axe hammer. 60% of the axe hammer's damage ignores armor. Oh, the flail does a ton more damage though. $20 to $45, $20 to $30. What about with the axe? $30 to $45. Plus we have another helmet for Helson. Sometimes deciding between these weapons can be rather difficult. And then it was going to be you. You also don't have any melee defense. I need someone who's really good at hacking stuff who also has a lot of melee defense. Unfortunately, the most like that is Mordred, who I've been trying to build up as a massive tank. In fact, I've already taken shield expert, so no, I can't make you a two-hander now. 0 to 18 ignores armor, 40 to 60 damage to armor. Compared to the reinforced flail, 0 to 13 ignores armor, 16 to 36 damage to armor. But this also has lash, which is the anti-head ability, which the axe hammer doesn't have. Yeah, we'll have you using a flail for now. Do I want to give you the advanced one? Actually, no. Antonio is a better general fighter than Mordred is now. Same amount of tankiness too. Mordred has tons more health though. Huh, interesting. We're getting quite the collection of swords. Still a lot of contracts available here. This place is well supplied, so it's going to be cheap. I think what we're going to do is we're going to encamp until morning so we can buy some food, because we are rather low on that. During camp, Grumbuskin the minstrel is looking for his loot. Upon not being able to find it, he retorts to the air loot instead, plucking playfully with his thumb. Hold on, that doesn't quite sound right. Let me tune it. He raises his hand, twists his finger, then goes on for another strum. The hell? That was worse than the first. Just give me a sec, I'll get it, I promise. He tries again, but apparently the strum wasn't any good either. To hell with this piece of shite! The minstrel jumps to his feet and repeatedly smashes the invisible loot against the ground, before heaving it into the tall grass. He sweeps the sweat from his brow. You were right, dear father. I should have been a blacksmith. And then he storms off, confused laughter from the company cracking behind him. See? We have a bard! I didn't realise we did, but we apparently do. And dawn. So, we definitely want to buy some of these tools so we can keep repairing. I think I'm going to buy 2 sets because we're about to offload a couple of these swords because we don't need this many. We'll offload 1 of those, 2 of those. The rest of the bucklers, because we are getting a bit of a surplus of those. Then any of the linen tunics can go, I think. We'll keep 1. And probably the pitchfork. I don't think we need that either. Cool. Now the only other thing is we may want to recruit 1 more person. A peddler. Fisherman, a beggar. An absurdly cheap detailer. Go on then. Right, and we need to buy food as well. A bleeder will receive bleeding damage for 1 additional turn. And a drunkard. Additional damage, additional resolve, but lower melee skill and range skill. Good at melee, ranged, and melee defense. I'm going to get rid of you before you get yourself killed. So we did just waste 100. And we need to buy some food before I forget. There's no food which is particularly cheap here. I guess fish isn't terrible. We'll get the fish. Alright, what's the contract? Alfred the Guildmaster is looking at a poorly drawn map. You want me to go and find Kinden's ancestral remains. Well, it depends. What are you offering? 300. No, not doing that, sorry. How are you doing, Sellsword? If you're wondering, Alfred the Guildmaster is looking for you. Suppose he's been wanting to see you, to see if you're interested in some business. Here, catch. Turns and tosses the cabbage to you. Nice catch. You take a bite and nod back. Doesn't taste half bad. You want me to need something delivered to Markov the Burgermeister in Weissenhaus for 210. Sure.